So my first experience with the Atlanta Vibe, I've been around since the conception. Rally Volleyball hosted the 2023 AVP here in Atlanta, and we got to do our big brand reveal there. All of these months of work of this conceptual idea of putting together a pro team and letting women play in the USA and what colors and how do we get Atlanta fans to buy in. And then all of the women that were going to be on the team were standing there in front of me, wearing that brand, wearing that Atlanta Vibe logo. I didn't realize how hard it was going to hit me, but seeing professional women's volleyball being played in front of my eyes, and it gives me goosebumps still today, it's a huge deal. It's the #1 most participated sport for women in high school. And we've never had an opportunity to play in the USA.
I met Mamie about 2 years ago, July 15th, and my first game was the first game that Vibe ever had. I'm the boyfriend, I got to go out there support. Well, at first it started that way, like going out there to support. And kind of over time, I was like, all right, well, it's not really your team now it's my team as well, now it's something I enjoy too.
Game days are pretty packed, from the difference of being an athlete to performing on the floor. They're both performing, but it's much more focused on the makeup and, the hair and looking the part, which was something I never had in my athlete life. And then the prep work going into it, we usually get script either day before or 2 days before. So I will go through script, make sure I've got all my note cards good. We do a whole prep session of practicing lines. We do a special focus on like VIPs. I'll make sure whatever VIPs are coming in, I'm aware of them, where are they sitting. Just make sure I'm aware of all the fun things going on. And that's kind of what prep looks like.
People always ask me, like, once they find out that I'm her boyfriend, at games, they'll be like, oh my God, does she just drink, 5 Red Bulls before a match? Maybe doesn't even drink caffeine, which is comical. She doesn't drink caffeine. She has like 1 Sprite a day. Other than that, maybe some Propel in like water. So it's just at those levels all the time.
I think the best way for women to get the place and the attention that we deserve is to keep making waves and not apologize for it. If you're a Leah Edmond and you're a fierce competitor and you're, waving your finger, if you're a Marley, then you're a smiler and you're, a positive, build people up, awesome. Do that, be unapologetically yourself. It's 2025 and I think you're ignorant or you're behind at this point if you think women's sports isn't the thing. Seeing mass groups of men, women, older, younger, and they're screaming their heads off about volleyball. I mean, it's like finally, they see why we have this energy. We see why so many women play this in high school. I think we're just overly grateful, right? Any eyes on our sport are a good thing. We're always focused on growing the game. So anything that, if you're screaming for one side or the other, you're still growing the game.
A lot of the girls closer to the front who play for volleyball teams and such, they love Mamie. They scream her name out. They ask her to sign their jerseys and stuff, which is wild. Mamie doing stunts, she already has a superstar energy, but then the same people ask for her signatures and stuff, and I'm just pretty cool.
The biggest drive for me being the MC are those little girls especially. I think the concept of a fangirl hits really hard home. When you're so young, you have this perspective of this is everything, this is what's fueling my passion, and you see passion almost unmarked to any other passion in the world, and you have the passion of a fangirl. And they're watching a Leah Edmond, they're watching a Merritt Beeson out there on the floor. That's the kind of stuff that brings me to tears. That's what I take the most joy out of, because it's a big, big deal in their world. Getting an autograph from Morgan Hentz or taking a selfie with one of our players, that's a lifetime memory for them. I'm very grateful that the young women now have a path that they can see and trying to inspire the next generation.